All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Pete, and if you're watching on the replay, you may want to skip a minute or two in to skip the intro. But also, leave a comment saying hashtag Team Replay. Why not? All the kids are doing it. But for everybody else, all right, 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 all right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, you guys are watching the one, the only Paid to Drive, one of the only channels on YouTube trying to put a little bit more of that money back in your pocket. That's right, everybody. So I hope you all had a fantastic Friday and are ready to start the weekend. That's right, everyone. That's right. And remember, folks, if you are a delivery driver for GrubHub, UberEATS, Postmates, DoorDash, Caviar, Instacart, Amazon Flex, DLive, E24, Seamless, or any of the others, you should absolutely, positively be subscribed to this channel with the post notification bell turned on. That's right, everyone. Comment 777 if you're subscribed with the post notification bell turned on. Comment 888 if you are not yet. But don't worry, guys. There's still time. You should also be subscribed here. That's just the way it works. So, also, with that being said, you guys know what I'm going to say. Get your butts over to the PTD Vlogs. That's right, aka the Pay to Drive Vlogs. Where are my PTD Vlogs crew at? Where are you? If you are a PTD Vlogs member or a viewer, comment PTD Vlogs right now in the chat. But seriously, if you're not over there, there's a link in the description, or just do a quick YouTube search, Pay to Drive Vlogs or PTD Vlogs, VLOGS. And go subscribe over there. Comment 999 if you're subscribed, 101010 if you're not yet. And on top of that, we're going for 125 thumbs up, everybody. So comment 111 if you smashed the like, 222 if you haven't yet. And on the count of 3, I want everybody in the chat to say, smash that like. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Smash that like. Everybody flood the chat and say it. We've got 50 members strong. And let's jump into this, shall we? So I've got 2 little special treats for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen of the jury of the gig economy. We have an interesting read from the legendary Entre Courier, which I will put that in the description down below, about how the new DoorDash Pay Model is supposedly the same as the old one. Yeah. Really interesting, guys, when I found this out. And Entre Courier knows his stuff. How many of you guys are familiar with him? And oh my god, Dan Lofat. Dan Lofat is the newest member of the PTD Mod Squad. I have just made him a moderator. Everyone say thank you and welcome to Dan Lofat. Welcome, everybody. Remember, guys, those donations are always optional. Always remember that, folks. Always remember. Oh, I know, Wade. I know. But, you know, it is what it is. What's up, Phil? What's up, Mr. Matt Banks? What's up, everybody? Slippy C, TLC Golden, Chris Mann, Adventure of Link, Dan Pepples. What's going on, everybody? All right. So, come on, guys. We could do a little better on them likes. So check this out right here. Okay, this is a portion of the article. And if you want to check out the rest of it, link is in the description. So it says, meet the new DoorDash Pay Model. Same as the old DoorDash Pay Model. I read through the email announcing the new DoorDash Pay Model, and I have to say I'm not sure it's going to be much of a change. DoorDash announced a new pay structure on August 22nd, saying that they would roll it out in the next month, September. Of course, September's here, and it shouldn't surprise anyone who watches how DoorDash operates. The new DoorDash Pay Model hasn't started yet, or at least not in all markets. You know, they've been rolling it out slowly, because this article came out on September 2nd. I forgot to mention that. So don't expect it to start for a while. They could roll it out on September 30th at 11:59 p.m. on the latest possible time zone and say they rolled it out in September. In quote, nothing's changing here, folks. Some orders will pay slightly better. Some orders will pay slightly less. The main structure is going to be the same. They will subsidize orders. It just won't be as obvious. So what is the new pay model? According to their email, they said it would entail base pay plus promotions plus tips. Really, the only thing that's different from the existing pay model is the lack of additional pay to meet the guarantee. Everything else is the same. DoorDash does state that time, distance, and desirability would factor into the base pay. They just don't say how. And let's be real here, folks. They tell us that their current guarantee pay is based on a lot of factors, including distance and time, but does anyone know how those figure in? What do I expect to see? In almost all cases, I expect to see the base pay will be $2. That's how the minimum according to that's now the minimum according to their email. That's a whole dollar increase on high tipping orders. I expect to see the same lack of transparency in how they figure out the base pay. You won't see a breakdown of time and distance. You won't see how much of that base pay is desirability. You'll just see a base pay. I expect to see the pay model be very much the same. They just won't be as obvious about it. The key in this whole discussion, desirability. DoorDash intends to include the desirability of an order into how they factor in the base pay. That means that the tip amount will continue to affect the base pay. That means base pay will be lower when the tip is good. The base pay will be higher when the tip is not so good. It just won't be so obvious. Now that they get rid of the guarantee pay element, they can just make the change in what they call base pay. But without the transparency, you won't know how much of that base pay is desirability. When it all comes out, I could be proven wrong. I'm okay with that. But when it's all said and done, they're going to do the same thing. They'll pay more when an order isn't as desirable. You will continue to make the same on most orders whether or not the customer tips. The only thing is, now you won't know it. There will be differences. They won't be as big as you think. The biggest difference you're going to see is that a higher tip order will pay $1 more. They'll take it away somewhere else, you can guarantee. The other difference is a change in how customers tip. Customers will be allowed to tip after the fact. Personally, I do see this as a positive, but I don't expect that to happen too often. It just works against the psychology of tipping. Will we really average more pay? Tony did promise that in his email, you will earn more money on average, both from DoorDash and overall. And remember that he also promised the pay model would roll out next month, and all indications are that it will be at the end of the month for everyone. Tony is a master of parsing words. You should know that by now. You should see it in how they worded things to justify their policies, and you should expect it here as well. Okay, yes, he promised more money on average. All he has to do is bump up the average by a penny. You seriously think he wouldn't do it that way? Why would he do it that way on everything else and not on the new pay model? Nothing's changing here, folks. Some orders will pay slightly better, some orders will pay slightly less. The main structure is going to be the same. They will still subsidize orders, it just won't be as obvious. So why don't I expect anything to substantially change? I don't think it's about DoorDash being shady. I mean, I think Tony and his spin machine are shady. I think the whole independent contractor model is shady, so maybe I do think they're shady. But the reason for the model isn't shady. It's about getting orders delivered. In particular, getting couriers to accept orders under a typical pay model, such as mileage plus distance plus tips, makes it hard to get orders accepted when the tip is low or non-existent. That's just the reality of it all. Ask GrubHub how they're doing in that scenario. They cannot require drivers to accept a percentage of orders, so they have to figure something else out. DoorDash figured out that by paying a bit more on deliveries that had lower tips, they can get more orders accepted. GrubHub has played with doing the same thing. Take a look at the bonuses they add on sometimes to lower pay orders. It's just that way. It's just that the way DoorDash's model is structured right now is more obvious. They're not stealing tips, but subsidizing low tip orders makes it look that way. They'll need to continue to subsidize low tip offers. It's just that because of the controversy, they have to figure out how to do it without people realizing it. In the end, it's not going to be all that different. They'll just rearrange how they display it, that's all. I could be wrong, but I think deep down, you probably know that it's pretty likely to be the same thing. So that's a heck of a mouthful, to say the very least. So do you guys agree with what Entre Courier is saying? Comment 333 if you agree. Comment 444 if you disagree. And guys, right now we are going for 125 thumbs up. We've got 78 people watching. Thank you all for being here. Have you guys all smashed that like down below? Comment 111 if you smashed the like. 222 if you haven't yet. And on the count of 3, everybody in the chat, comment. Everybody flood the chat. Say, smash that like. 1 1,000. 2 1,000. 3 1,000. Smash that like. That's right, guys. Let's see if we can go for 25, maybe 30, maybe 35, maybe 40, maybe 45, maybe 50, now 55, maybe 60 now. We could do it. You could help. That's right, everybody. So it seems like most people agree with Andre Courier, and I'm going to just tell you right now, this guy is fantastic. I'll have the link to that article in the description down below. I promise you, you're going to love this guy. He's on point, and he says it like it is, just like Dino. Dino, where are you? We need more videos, brother. What's up, Lynetta? That's right. Destroy that like, Country Prince. That's right. You guys are the best. And where are my delivery drivers at? Comment 777 if you are subscribed to this channel with the post notification bell turned on. Comment 888 if you're not yet. And please, everybody, real quick, make sure you are subscribed to my second channel, the PTD Vlogs, aka the Pay to Drive Vlogs. We talk about all of these topics and more, but we have a smaller audience on there, so it's a little bit more personal, a little more one-on-one. You know? So guys, comment 999 if you're subscribed there, 101010 if you're not yet. So, with that being said, I have another little special treat for you. That's right, everybody. Mr. Alan Christensen is back once again. That's right, everybody. Everyone comment right now. Thank you, Alan. That's right. So, Alan's got something to say. And I'm going to let him take the floor. Smash that like, guys. Keep smashing that like. Everybody on my PTD Mod Squad, keep telling everybody to smash the like as Alan has something to say. I'll be back with you guys in just a few. Alan, take it away.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back. Thanks for having me back again, Pete. I wanted to hash on Tony Zhu and kind of the state of drivers right now in the industry. I'll try to make this as concise as I can. So Tony Zhu, his response to their old pay model, I do believe, I've been hashing this with drivers, is still subsidizing driver income, using customers' tips to pay 80 to 90% of our wages with their $2 deliveries, which also means they are lying about our factors that we get paid for. So I just wanted to touch up on that. Now, I see a lot in the community, a lot of drivers are trying to say it's the driver's fault for the state of how things currently are and what's going on. I cannot stress this enough to everyone and anyone who agrees or disagrees that nothing of this situation is the driver's faults. Zero. The drivers have no control over the industry as a whole. We are under the EIN of our respective companies. We are under their guidelines and rules. We are under their management, whether it be, from the offices or wherever. Now, we are contractors, so they're not breathing down our necks. Good news, right? But it is at the sole discretion of these companies to choose to operate the way they do and to choose how they turn their pay models into something good or something bad. This is out of driver control. Something that is out of your control is not something that you can personally be blamed for. It would be like saying we're responsible for the president being the way he is. It's not. He's the head. He's responsible. Given the state of the industry and where it's headed, and it's headed very quickly to a crash and collapse, these employers, yes, they are employers. We are not employees, but they are still employers as they hire contractors. These employers are taking advantage of drivers everywhere. When America was founded, we were given constitutional rights. we were given all sorts of protections, and they keep evolving and keep evolving. And we're at the point now where technology is hitting that spot to exploit that and turn it to something more malicious towards the general populace. Now, that's a scary thought, because it takes a while for government to catch up to these things. Because right now it's just a bunch of old guys, doing, a lot of other things, and they're not as fluent as we are. So on this, I want to talk about Tony Zhu and the industry. Now, again, he lied to us about what the new pay model was like in certain respects. He lied to us about our conditions and our things that we get paid for. Sorry, I stuttered, just had to really think for a second. But he made the choice. Tony Zhu has exhibited malice in almost every single thing that he's ever done towards the drivers. I don't know about that company, and from my experience in the office, it seems like they are too. But as far as support and corporate, I don't know what that world is like, but I can't imagine it's good if even the corporate workers are refusing to work for DoorDash due to their business practices. There have been plenty of protests and strikes on that too. The reason I bring this up is because his mentality has shown to be something beyond normal. It's shown to be sociopathic in its nature. It is not an insult to say, it's just, how that illness works or how that mentality works. No regard to anyone, no regard to anything. It's just bottom line, take care of yourself, and that's it. Now, this new pay model, I think, was a direct response to the old one, where Tony Zhu is now flexing his company and his authority by saying, see, look how good it was before. Now you got this. I'm not going to say that's fact, but the fact of the matter is he regularly meets with his executives. They regularly have board meetings and discuss these things. They are not just thrown out on a whim. They are thoroughly discussed and thoroughly thought about, which shows that they have made all the conscious decisions to commit to these actions and commit to doing a disservice to the people that they're supposed to, in essence, serve. A business is a service. Now, this can't stand. When these companies started, one of their biggest driving factors was technology. They label themselves as technology companies specifically because this allows them different ways of operation, and they do not have to follow the laws and regulations of the actual nature of the business of delivery and rideshare. It's not okay, but they were able to do it. Now, in this, when I first started with DoorDash, it wasn't too bad. It was $7 per delivery plus 100% of tips, clear cut. There was nothing shady about it. And then they started getting shady, bringing those pay models down into exactly what they did and are doing now. With that, at the beginning of these industries, they wanted to invest in automation, self-driving vehicles. These companies pour billions into automating the delivery industry while pouring almost nothing into the drivers that support this business. Now, business is the backbone of the American economy, of the world economy. But the legs that are attached to that hip, that attached to that back, is the world working people. The people are the ones who keep business running, who keep it going, who put the work and time in to produce the products and services that the businesses offer. When they cannot produce these things, the business cannot survive. And there's no better way to lose your business than to do exactly what these people are doing. Exactly what they're doing. The reason this industry is in the state that it is currently in is because of three things. First, the wrong investments. They invest in automation in their pockets instead of investing in their workers. The second is their complete lack of control and accountability. They prove it every single day. Just in those Dasher offices alone, taking on 40 plus people a day to activate and throw out there into the mix. They do not stop. They do not exhibit control. And a business that does not exhibit control is a business that does not last. They spend and spend and spend. And then they get themselves in trouble and get upset about it because they're spending in all the wrong areas. The third thing is that disrespect for their workers, for what we do, what they hired us to do. That makes for a failed business. They cannot keep operating under these circumstances. The only way that I see these businesses actually being more profitable is by government regulation stepping in and putting an end to it, because they will not stop. They have exhibited time and time again that they will not stop. They do not stop. This has happened repeatedly in history. When a business is given free reign of anything and everything they want to do, unfortunately, most of the time, that business will take complete advantage of that and wipe everyone under the table. And that's unacceptable. The mass growth rates with these companies doesn't work with their model. They grow too fast. That would be the fourth factor in why they are in the state they're in. That is the fourth factor. They grow way too fast, and that does tie in with that uncontrollable desire that they show. Now, there is a delicate balance to everything. A delicate balance to everything in life, even the vastness of the universe itself. A very delicate balance. Business is no different. Humans are no different. And these laws cannot be defied because when they are, it creates destruction. Plain and simple. Tony Zhu is exhibiting that he is, in fact, consciously and outwardly creating a worse environment for his workers. And he is relying on the smokescreen that he has put in place. These businesses rely on smoke screens. That's why they are in a gray area. When you take a smoke grenade, you throw it on the field, you throw it there to cover the actions of your advancements and to conceal from the enemy. I don't want to say that we're enemies of the business. We are just employees, but we're not in a good place with them. Just put it that way. Now, the reason these businesses rely heavily on flooding the markets, just completely flooding them, And DoorDash specifically is really good at this one. And the reason they rely on these is because businesses don't like questions. Business owners want to think they're right. Look at your management at other jobs. Those in power want to think that they're right and their way is the way that it goes. It's pleasant when you find an actual good manager that understands management is a mentorship. It is training. It is work. It is putting attention to your workers. That is what true management is. If you are not doing those things, you are dictating worker actions. You are not managing them. DoorDash is dictating worker actions, not managing them. Now, this is unacceptable. Again, I cannot stress that enough. And it is not the fault of the Dashers. Again, sole discretion of the business. They rely on their crazy activation rates to keep people ignorant. Now, ignorance is usually a word thrown in a negative light. Ignorance simply means not having the knowledge of something or someone that you interact with. That's really what ignorance is. It's just the lack of knowledge on something. And that's what they've tried to keep with the employees. The more you bring in, the less questions they're going to ask, because those that stay longer realize, okay, this is going on, this is going on. We start to ask questions. We start to challenge the authority of the businesses that we work for. And they don't want that challenge. These businesses especially don't want that challenge. The reason they go into a contractor position is because they don't want to be responsible for anybody. So they especially don't want questions from people under them. They want complete separation, no responsibilities, so they can operate as they see fit. They want that freedom. Any entrepreneur wants that freedom. That's why they're an entrepreneur, and I get that and I respect that. But there's a certain line where it becomes something more individualistic and something more of a goal to blatant disregard and completely taking advantage of people. And they've crossed that line a long time ago. I mean, Uber Eats alone, they tell you they pay you for mileage. They don't pay you for the mileage from your position to the store. Oddly enough, 9 times out of 10, that distance is longer. In my experience, distances of 9 miles from my point to the store to deliver something a mile away. They only pay you for the distance from the restaurant to the customer. That is why the payouts are so low for that job. It is a blatant disregard and blatantly misleading. And it just feels like lying to me in that industry specifically. I haven't brought that up yet, so I wanted to throw that out there. The more we question, the better we can make this business, the more we can make it change. But those questions have to come in mass amounts from a community that is united together, not a community that is divided. When you are divided, you will get nowhere. It will be a standstill. It will be a snail's pace at best. So all of these arguments about drivers being blamed for all of this are completely invalid. Completely. I'm going to be blunt about that. Everybody has the right to their opinion, but this is just unacceptable in nature, really. It's a disrespect, I think, to the drivers, a disservice to the drivers that they work with, that we are in the same boat with. When you're in that boat, you all need to paddle together to get somewhere. If you're only paddling on one side, you're just going in circles. So I want to stress that we need to be more aware of these things and make sure we are taking care of each other and not trying to divide each other. If we divide each other, again, we'll get nowhere. So we need to keep up on this. Tony Zhu's flexing his muscles and his authority. We have muscle and authority that we can flex as well. And it's only a matter of bringing it to the proper attention and what plays out in what way. And I want everybody to remember that. Think about that. Think about the things that are going on every day that you see. Think about the things that I'm telling you, that other drivers are telling you. Take it all in. Take it into consideration. And I want to thank you again, Pete, for having me here and continuing to do these videos. It is a great outlet for my frustrations. And I'm sure the frustrations of the other drivers as well as yourself. So thank you again. And again, take care, everybody.
All right. All right. Oh boy, it looks like we've got the official DoorDash account is here. Everyone say hello, DoorDash. And I saw Tony Zhu stop by for a little while. But guys, so what do we all think about what Alan said? I see we had some disagreements in the chat, but that's okay. You know, it's a good debate. It's a good debate topic. So how many of you guys agreed with what Alan was saying about Tony Zhu and how he's running things at DoorDash? Comment 333 if you agree with what Alan was saying. 444 if you disagree. Dion, it's just a troll. It's not. It's DoorDash wouldn't actually come into a chat room on YouTube and do that. It just wouldn't happen. So no, that is not the real DoorDash and the imposter Tony. But we do appreciate the funny trolling. It is good for a good laugh. You know what? I feel like too many people get upset with trolls. Trolls, they make you laugh. They really do. They're like the clowns of the internet. And who doesn't love a clown, right? Just like the It movie, like Pennywise. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I see that we have some people who agree with what Alan was saying and others that disagree. Exactly, Phil. You never know. You never know. Pete, you may want to check your Dasher account. We just deactivated you. We are deactivating all YouTubers who criticize our hero, Tony Zhu. Yeah, that's great. What am I here? Like a clown to amuse you? Right, Tony? Tony Rome? We got so many Tonys. We got Tony, Team LMDU, Tony Zhu, Tony Buckle My Shoe. We got everybody. Funny how? And ladies and gentlemen, right now we are going for 125 thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 45. We are absolutely crushing it tonight. So kindly comment 111 if you have smashed the like button down below. It only takes half a second. Thank you very much. Comment 222 if you haven't done it yet, but it's okay. There's still time. And ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have signed up on the Get Upside Gas app? Now I know that I sound like a broken record, but people contact me every day telling me how thankful they are and grateful they are that I put them onto this app. Comment 333 if you've signed up on the Get Upside Gas app. Comment 444 if you haven't yet or don't know what it is. Basically, all you're doing is you're pumping your gas like you normally would. You print out your receipt, and once you've downloaded the Get Upside app, you take a picture of the receipt proving that you bought the gas. And then within 48 hours, they'll send you 15 to 45 cents a gallon back, which is fantastic. Real money that you could use, put it right in your bank account. And, some markets you'll make more, other markets you'll make less. It is what it is. But still money you didn't have. And then if a friend or family member signs up using your code, you will get paid for every time they pump however many gallons of gas. It's called Get Upside. Links in the description down below. So, ladies and gentlemen, Alan, thank you very much for being here and for talking to the folks here. We're going into overtime right now. We're live streaming now about 34, 35 minutes. I'm gonna tack on an additional 5 minutes or so to discuss a little bit with what was going on, because Alan had a fairly large clip or a voice recording, so no problem there. I will never have a problem with attention to detail, so it's totally good. What's up, I Spin and Tony Rome and Jason Johnson and Alan, of course, and Rudely Preval and Dion Fletcher and Phil Green. 10 more minutes. Grubhub did voodoo on me today. What does that mean, Lynetta? What does that mean? And also, guys, of course, I know I sound like a broken record once again. Please make sure you're all signed up on our Facebook group, the Delivery Driver Lounge. We are 2,100 plus members strong and growing every single day. There's a link in the description down below to sign up. It's free. It's on Facebook. Or just go on Facebook on your app and just type in Delivery Driver Lounge and join. You're good to go. So comment 999 if you are signed up on there. 101010 if you're not yet. Oh, yeah, Lynetta. Was that the one on the vlog? PTD Vlogs? Grubhub has jokes today. All of these out-of-zone deliveries are crazy. Jason, I'm telling you, that's exactly what I was talking about the other day. The same thing, man. For real. It's crazy. Grubhub is becoming like an Uber Eats. It really reminds me of Uber Eats. How they're like, sure, do you want to drive 70 miles out of the way to pick up a $5 McDonald's order? Go for it. Log into DoorDash and decline all orders this weekend. Let me tell you something. I will never tell everyone to go and do something like that, because it's not something nice to do. Yes, I did in April. Hey, Pete, did you know that you can put a restaurant on a block list that Grubhub will send you the order, but you can reject it without penalizing you? Grubhub just told me all I have to do is call. How I always did it, April, was that I usually not comment. I'm reading the chat as I'm talking. I'm getting distracted. I normally would email my driver specialist. Ray El Morado, I'm sorry you got upset there. I did not see your comment. I asked you when you're going live, but it seems like it was ignored. I'm live right now. Do you mean every day? Guys, actually, I'm glad you brought it up, Ray El Morado. Everybody, what time do we go live right here on YouTube, on Pay to Drive? What time every night now did I say? 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you guys remember that. Even if you don't have a notification pop up at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern or 8 o'clock Pacific, just come and check my channel, search for it, or click on it, whatever you got to do, and you'll be good to go. And guys, one more time before we go, we are going for 125 likes, so comment 111 if you smash the thumbs up button, comment 222 if you haven't yet, right down there below. And with that being said, everybody, you guys are the absolute best. If this actually, you know what, I'll tell you right now, I'll go another 5 minutes. We have 49 likes. If we get this up to 75 in the next minute or two, I'll do it. So go for it, guys. But also, I do want to say thank you to Alan Christensen again for being on the show here, or whatever you'd like to call this. I'm really enjoying doing the PTD Power half hour. It's fantastic. Lynetta, simmer down, Lynetta. A lot of people in the chat. I don't see your question here. I'm scrolling up. I tried to watch, kept saying unavailable. I'm not sure what happened, Lynetta. My apologies with that. I declined quite a few today. Still looking for your question. Lynetta, I don't see your question. I apologize. Hey, look, there he is, Travis Kalanick. That's the man. There he is. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate all of you guys being here as always. Make sure to subscribe down below. All that good stuff. Ray, actually, at this time, it's not so great, believe it or not. It's usually when it kind of slows down. But I will see you all tomorrow night, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. Always remember that. Just check my channel, even if you don't have a notification pop up. Thank you, everybody, for being here. As always, Alan, we'll see you again. And guys, until next time, get that money, get that honey, keep hustling, keep bustling, and comment hashtag Team Replay if you made it to the end of this and you're watching on the replay, hashtag Team Live if you're watching on the live. And until next time, everybody, stay cool and you know, be nice to each other. Gotta stay together in this community. All right, guys, good night. See you tomorrow, 11 o'clock. See ya. Peace.